Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'll be making a blue and white set of nails. So starting off, I'm showing you guys what gel polishes I'll be using, and the two main colours that we'll be using are a white from Cloud Beauty, and it's in the shade 3007, and it's the whitest gel polish I probably have in my collection. I've noticed I have been using a different white before. I've actually noticed I have this one from Cloud Beauty, and it's not as white as this one. So the moment I picked up this one, I was literally blinded by how white it is. Just quickly, here is the ink that I'm showing you guys, and we will be using this ink to create some marble effects on one of the nails. And we'll also be using some Madame Glam blue gel polish, and it's called Besame, and it's one of the new ones I actually recently got from Madame Glam, and I absolutely love their gel polishes, so I'll be using a lot of them. As you probably guys have noticed, I feel like I've already filmed like 3 or 4, maybe even 5 by now. There's a few videos you haven't seen just yet that I filmed with them, so I do apologise, but they are amazing gel polishes, and I would definitely recommend that you get some because they're literally perfect, especially when you apply for their like membership. You get 50% off their gel polishes, and I think at that point they're so affordable and so crazy good, so definitely recommend. I don't have any discount codes, but and there's a lot of now art like people on YouTube that have discount codes, so check them out, and then you can save yourself some money unless you decide to go ahead and do that subscription where you get the 50% off. So quickly going back to the video, I am doing one nail that's full on blue, and I am doing the rest of them white. So here you're watching me now apply the second layer of each of those colours. So I am now applying the second layer of the blue, and we will also apply a second layer of the white. I just decided to show you guys me applying the first and second layer of the blue once on one of the nails, and same thing for the white, because I don't really want to bore you guys too much, especially as in today's video it just feels like there's quite a lot going on in the set. So I kind of felt like I wanted to maybe spend more time actually showing you guys what I'm doing on each of those nails when it comes to the nail art part and describing it well, rather than just spending like 5 minutes showing you guys actually me applying the colours. But as you can see, this white is literally so white. I wish you guys saw my face when I was like opening it, because I was literally blinded by it when I opened it. So we are going to start off with our first nail, since we've got all of our colours cured, and I am applying, I believe, some blooming gel. So we're going to start off with the rose. So we're doing some rose blooming gels on this nail. And when I was doing this off camera, so if you watch me, you probably already know that I normally like to do a design before actually filming it off camera, just because I want to see what it looks like and if my vision is nice, and if it is, then I film it, and if it's not, I don't really want to be creating content that you guys are just not gonna, it's not good enough. So I did do this off camera, and just the way I had my hand off camera was so much better. I was really struggling doing this rose on camera, so it wasn't the most nicest rose. But it did look fine, especially I feel like it's a nice little example of if you are not good at doing those, if you leave it for long enough, it will disperse in a nice way, and it will always just end up pretty much looking like a rose. So it's all good there. So as you can see, I started off with doing almost like a circle in the middle with a gap in between each stroke, and then once that's done, you kind of do bigger strokes going around it. And then the further away you are from the center, the bigger you want to make almost like the petals. And then I decided to not do one rose, I decided to do 2. So once I was kind of happy with the one I'm doing now, I'm kind of going to leave it about halfway up the nail. I then decided to go in with another rose at the bottom part of the nail, and we'll be basically doing 2, and I ended up kind of like joining them together so that there wasn't a harsh line separating them, and you'll see how I do that in a moment. But as you see, I kind of pick up quite a lot of that gel polish, place it in the middle, and then just drag out each end, and that way you're creating that gorgeous little flower. So as you can see here, I'm going in with that the second flower, rose, and this one's going to be a bit more smaller than the first one. I'm basically just repeating the same steps. You will notice that the longer you leave this nail not cured, the more it's going to disperse. You might want to keep an eye out on it, because I've noticed also on a set that I've already uploaded, I believe the red one, I noticed that I actually prefer to leave it to disperse more, because there's been moments where I've just kind of done it and put it straight into the lamp, and it's such a shame I did that, because the whole point of a blooming gel was to give it a minute to bloom, and I just didn't, and I put it straight into the lamp. So make sure you leave it for a minute, unless you like the results you're already getting. So just keep an eye out, because at the same time you don't want it to bloom too much, because I've had that also before. I've created something, and I left it to bloom for way too long. By the time I noticed, the gel polish just full on dispersed across the whole nail, and you no longer could see what I was actually doing. So we've now matted our second white nail that we are working on, and this one I decided to matte it because I've seen a lot of YouTubers do that first when they're doing like ink on the nails. So we're going to matte it, but later on we are going to then glossy top coat it. So I am using my inks and I've just placed it across the nail wherever you want it, and then I just picked up one of my brushes and I'm dipping into some acetone. And I don't think there's a technique in, well, at least what I'm doing. There wasn't really a technique. I was kind of dabbing at where I put the inks, and I was kind of hoping for the best. I have noticed that when you dab into the acetone and then go into the inks, you almost can, it's almost like you can push it. So what you can try and do is probably what I'm trying to do here, is almost like disperse it from each side, but kind of push it in to kind of create that darker center, and then disperse the outer sides, if that makes sense. I don't know. I hope you guys can see what I'm trying to achieve in the video. I don't really know how to describe it well, but yeah, you push it from one end and then push it from the other, and then you almost like create this like almost like it's blending. Well, yeah, you're blending it, but like almost like an ombre kind of effect. Or you know, you could not, you can just dab it away until you're happy, and literally the more you apply, the more concentrated it's going to be. But I kind of felt like I liked it the way it was here, I think, so I applied 2 layers. But you could go in with more. You could also go and mix up some colors, so you can actually put some blue and then go ahead and maybe put some pink or some purple and create stuff like that, especially in like the autumn time. Some yellow orange colors could look so cool on a little ombre marbly kind of thing. So that's how I decided to leave it. And then because it's an ink, it basically just dries. So once it dried, I went in with some glossy top coat, and the glossy top coat I am using is from Glitter Bells in today's video. I absolutely love it. Love, love, love. It does feel like I am running out of it, so that's a big shame. I might have to get another one soon. We're going to top that one off, and that's essentially the nail done. So the flower nail is also done, so I'm not too sure if I'm going to top coat that in a moment. Oh yes, I am. So it did get cured whilst we were working on that ink nail, and now we are top coating that bad boy, and then we'll be able to work on our next nail. So out of the whole set, there's only one nail that doesn't essentially get touched, and it's one of those white nails. So after this rose nail, I will go ahead and top coat that white nail as well, just to top it off, not worry about it later. I also like to do that so much because I always feels like when I don't do it, I always end up having all sorts of weird stuff getting stuck to the nails. So the moment I am happy with a nail and it's done, I always like to go with my top coat, just finish it off and not have to worry about it later. So there's that. But although it has its pluses and minuses, because you could forget that you've done it and end up doing another layer of top coat or something. So it has happened before. But that's what it's looking like so far. I left the last white nail that we haven't touched yet to do some French tips. So I decided to pop some of that blue onto my tray, and then I am outlining my French tip with my nail art brush. I believe I went off camera here because I was really struggling with this tip, outlining the French tip, and then I'm going in with my brush from the bottle and then just filling in that French tip. And then I believe I did the second layer of that off camera, not to bore you guys. And then once it's out, we are going to start applying some crystals. And I decided to just apply crystals on that barrier where the blue and the white meet. So right on that smile line, I'm just going to put it across the whole thing, and then we're going to be placing AB crystals on there. But I decided to do a little bit of a twist. So right at the bottom, I decided to go with like almost like a crystal. It's almost like a circle, but it's like an elongated circle, and I decided to place it at the bottom, and then from that moment onwards we are just going to place some circular AB. So that's that little crystal that I was talking about. And then once that's right in the middle, we're going to basically surround it with the AB crystals. So we're going to do that, and we're going to do something similar on that blue finger. I found a little pot in my collection of blue bows, and I felt like it fitted in so nicely, especially as the bow was this very like pale baby pink baby pink and baby blue kind of shade, so I felt like it was going to match that blue nail. I was slightly worried because I thought that maybe there's a bit too much blue going on that nail, but luckily enough, no, it was actually pink. I think it was fine. Maybe if it was white, maybe it would have been better, but then at the same time, I didn't want there to be too much white, although it is a white and blue set. You can't really go wrong. But this is what it's looking like now. So that is in the lamp, and we can start working on that blue nail, which is our last nail. And we're basically doing the same thing, kind of. So in the middle, I'm going to place the bow, and then we're going to create that almost like the same thing where we're placing AB crystals on the line that I am creating now with my Macart Rhinestone glue gel. So this is the cute little blue bow that I found. And it's so cute. It was the first time I actually used it. I had it in my collection for quite some time. If you watch my Shein haul videos, you'll definitely see that in there, because that's where I got it. It came in almost like a little set of different blue 3D gem things. I think there's a bear and flowers and other sorts, but I just felt like the bow just fitted in so nicely in this set, so that's why I placed it there. And then I kind of wanted to make it seem like the bow was hanging. That's why I decided to place the crystals there. And then once I was happy with it, we're going to place this bad boy into the lamp, which is now, and it is now the last step, which is just top coating the last two nails. So as usual, when top coating, try and avoid the crystals. You don't want to place any top coats on them because you don't want to dim them down, especially if you're not using real crystals or like Swarovski crystals or preciosas, because they're already not as sparkly, so you don't want to dim them down anymore. And if you are curious, the crystals I use in my videos are not Swarovski or preciosas or anything. I get my crystals from AliExpress. They're super nice and affordable and still super sparkly. Of course, they'll never be as sparkly as a preciosa or a Swarovski, but that's fine. It's just for the purpose of the video. I do really want to get some though, so I am on a slight hunt, but until then, you know, especially with these videos, because I do them so often, there's so much crystals that go, you know, like I use on these sets, especially as I like to do a set before filming, just to make sure it's good enough to be, you know, shown to you guys. I really want to show you guys the nicest sets I make, so I don't want to waste too many crystals, especially as they're so expensive, so using these AliExpress crystals are just the best thing ever, for me anyways, at the moment. So that's done. We're going to pop it into the lamp, and here is the final results. I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.